canopies at the entrance of the government house. So, Princess, notwithstanding the Wike, all these issues, look at it from the perspective of Bola Ahmed Tinubu when he was the governor of Lagos State. Yeah. And he had issues with the president, which is Obasanjo. You know that story. And you think that if he was brought to the Asoro Villa to bow to Obasanjo because he wants some kind of favor, you think he's going to do that? Of course not. Of course not. We all know Tinubu. He would not even... I feel like if it was Tinubu, he wouldn't even have gone to Asoro Villa in the first place. Because we remember during that time he was governor for Lagos State, there were some funds that Obasanjo was supposed to release to Lagos State and all, which Obasanjo hoarded that time, but Tinubu still did not yield. He still did not budge. He was making money in Lagos. So there is no way the situation would have changed either way right now. So it's how this set of people, Tinubu and Wike, these two people are people that is obvious that they would not have agreed if the situation was turned around. And they're the same people that now expect other people, someone else, that's Fubara, to concede to them because of they are the president. Moreover, Fubara's loyalty is not bound to the presidency. It should not be. It should be bound to these people because democracy is for the people, by the people, about the people. It's literally about the people. Literally about the people. So when you now make it look like the governor's loyalty should be bound to the president, it's a very big error. Okay, let's look at it from the perspective of the person who actually exposed this very issue of what actually happened at the State House. Now, he's looking at it from, oh, you are facing the president, because he said each time that Odili wants to, because he said that Chief Bola Tinubu did not read the agreement, that he gave it to the person that is Odili to actually read the document. That each time that Odili wants to say something, it's interjected, you understand me? Yeah. And that he was not, and those interjections are not such that you can deal with. Yes. So in other words, from what he has said, one, coercion is involved. Exactly. Fubara was put under duress to have signed that very document. But he's also claiming that if I'm to speak about what he said, it means that he can also sign the document if he is Fubara's shoes. So he's trying to say that, that Fubara does not have any reason not to sign it because he's looking at the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yes. However, he agreed that it was wrong. Now, just like you said, Fubara represents the people of Rivers State. His loyalty is to the people of Rivers State. You understand? Yes. Now, couldn't he have that very God, notwithstanding the Supreme Court matter or whatever, and say, you know what? I don't have to recall the so-called commissioners who resigned by themselves that belong to Wike. I don't have to manage. There are certain things because the lawmakers themselves have already been barred by the courts. Yeah. So there are certain things that he may not be able to do. Yes. Given the agreement he signed. Yes. But some people also said he is wise to have not disrespected Chief Bola Tinubu. Then he will go back and replan and regroup. Let's see that as it happens. Some people say it's a win-win situation for Rivers people, but we know that it's not a win-win situation for Rivers people because Wike is still the de facto governor of Rivers State as we speak. Yes. Yes, correct? Exactly, because even looking at the list of things that they wrote out from number 1 to 8 or so, there is nothing there that benefits Rivers people. Literally everything there was against Fubara. Literally everything there was against him. Like, it's just like the man was saying, you walk in with a resolution. What is dialogue? It's supposed to, when you come, we talk about it and we come to a flat level for both of us. But you come with it already concluded behind the scene, and you come in for me to agree. So I feel like I understand to an extent, as a normal human being, I understand the pressure he must have felt at that spot, looking at the president. It will look like you are daring him to his face. What can you do? Do you understand? So yes, to an extent, I understand where he's coming from. But I feel like if Anyways, he has done what he did. So we're just going to look out to see his counter. Yes.
How it all plays out.
Exactly.
So finally, before Esther, I know say Omar they do mui, but first I want to tell our people make una understand this thing. If waiting for happen, if Fubara tell Bola Tinubu for him face say in dey sorry, he no fit sign this thing wey carry come give am. If he come out from that place, he go tell press say then give am document to sign and he no gree do am. Wetin go happen? Make una put am for comment section. Then go sack and come out as governor for Rivers State come out. If then sack am, he no go fit eat again. Abi no fit feed him family again. Now wetin would they see for Nigeria? But Esther, she say your mother dey do mui.
Yeah, the thing be say, in addition to all that, Tinubu should stop ruling Nigeria like he did to Lagos. He should stop using his dictatorship style of rulership to rule Nigerians. You understand? Like there is this thing that, in fact, he has the same characteristics with Wike. He's even Wike's godfather. We all know that, yes. But he has to really stop this, because we are in democracy and not in dictatorship. He should start dictating to people. Now, when you disobey, to be like you're trying to disobey the president, when the thing is not even in favor of the people that you're standing for.
Yeah.
Okay. With that very one, we go waka pass for River States as things. Make we stay, they watch them as the thing they go. Make we see the plans. Then they wait for Supreme Court to talk something for River State. But Supreme Court don't talk already for the one of Enugu State. It is very painful that the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land, will stand a certificate forger like this. And it has ended here. Supreme Court upholds Mba's election as Enugu governor. Now then be the last people will be said and they talk, this one go end. It don't end. The people will give this this certificate will be NYSC. We see these same people come out talk say the certificate when carry go give INEC say na fake one it be. And the people will uphold this very governorship election for Supreme Court. Now then be the people will be the alpha and the omega for Nigerian courts. Now then don't talk. It don't end. Now another 4 years. But make una think these people where they talk say them be Supreme Court. Our PO, His Excellency, don't talk say once that very side don't they block say nothing go work, because all our election they end up for court. Make una think you know, if you know what you want talk for inside, make you comment. If you want follow us for this very journey to the new Nigeria where we they talk, make you comment for inside comment section. Talk your mind, talk how it take BU, especially for this Anambra State. Kanu people they wait for their own. Kwankwaso's political dynasty is at stake at Supreme Court. Then go announce that one come. But make we just hear waiting our own P2B, waiting in talk for this 50% something where federal government carry come. Make we bring out the roadmap and waiting. His Excellency P2B, the president that Nigerians are waiting. Let's take a listen. And he said, I am shocked. And I read the report of the president's approval of 50% slash in the price of interstate transport fare for Nigerians traveling during this Yuletide from Thursday 21st of December 2023 to January 4, 2024. The news report added that the president had also approved free rides for commuters on all train services within the period as implemented. Then, as recorded, I consider this first-time intervention of the government intended to help the masses a step in the right direction. However, major concern about such emergency measures is what follows afterwards. The high cost of transportation and associated hardship are all well known. The question this season, palliative resist is that of what happens after the festive season. Is there a sustainable policy measure to cushion the masses from the current high transportation costs? Even the current efforts comes with operational challenges. Millions of Nigerians have already traveled, bearing the brunt and huge cost of such travels. How will such people get their refunds or be compensated? Following the government's announcement of this same 50% discount on interstate transport fare for Nigerians, I have taken time to inquire into the implementation mechanics across different cities, but I have been disappointed. Today, I sent out contacts who consulted widely with the transporters in major parks across the country. In Abuja, they carried out on-the-spot investigation in Jabi Otako area. In Lagos, they visited major parks like Jibowu, Festac, Mile 12, Ajah, and Mazamaza, and none of the transporters in these parks was aware of this 50% discount. At Upper Iweka, Onitsha, which is the main traffic hub in Anambra, and in other parts of the country like Kanu, Aba, Kaduna, Owerri, Gombe, and the story is the same. The government has again announced the few transport companies choosing to participate in the intervention, for which 28 routes have been designated. There are no announced form of checks and balances to ensure that the transporters follow the terms of the contract. There are obvious questions on the integrity of this intervention effort. One expects that such a policy that strives to appeal to the broad masses, especially the downtrodden, deliberate and concrete arrangement should be made with transport companies. I pray that this is not yet another spin to scoring favor in the media space. After appetizing the people, the Nigerian people are going through untold hardship, and the government must not remain insensitive to their sufferings. Compassion on the part of government is a good thing, but it should not be an avenue for exploiting the weak structures of government to encourage less than transparent policy implementation. Signed, Pio. That one, na real, if you ask people, we go talk say na marathon. Abi? Yeah. Na real marathon this thing. So, and we have the one shortly coming from Aisha that said, this is the result of people who use all their brain cells in rigging elections and perpetuating violence and left nothing out for governance. What now happens to other transporters who are not part of this ill-thought waiver? They are to run at a loss and pay their workers less or close shop within this period. Now, that is a discussion I want us to have briefly. So, coming to you first, Esther. The people who are not participating just have only 5 different companies, according to what they told us. 5 different companies. Now, yesterday we mentioned the fact that they could at least enlist 100 transport companies, because we can have up to 500 transport companies in Nigeria. Yes. However, they listed 5. Now, if you have 5, God is good, Chisco, Area Motors, and the others, you have invariably pushed Nigerians to use only these 5 transport companies to travel. Yes. Now, what about the other 100 or 200 other companies who, obviously, the masses that are being given reduction will push toward this side? They are out of business for this very Christmas period. Yes. What do you think that those people are going to do? How are they going to hold on to their thriving business, knowing fully well that nobody will pay 25,000 naira, but have this thing to pay 12,000 naira or less will come to them? They are out of business for this season. Yes. And this is the major season for the transporters, especially the south, the north central, and the east.
Yes. Exactly, because this, if you're looking at this thing this way, there's not really a balanced equation. Maybe the federal government did not think it very well. They didn't do their checks and balancing very well. Now the thing seems to be one-sided in the sense that only 5 transport companies for more than, let's say, 5 million people, with the exception of people that are going on the railway. Now, when you have this, you notice that the masses, people are already trooping into the 5 companies, like just like Mr. Kanu said earlier, they are tripling into the 5. Now the rest of the companies, they're going to be pushed out of business. In fact, the federal government is invariably advertising these 5 companies. That is what it just means.
Okay, we'll just take it there. Then, Princess, let me get to you quickly. 5 companies to deal with 5 million, or let's cut it out because we have trend. Let's cut it down to 2 million. Yeah. 2 million people. So 5 companies to freight or to transport 2 million people. Now tell me, this is just 5 companies. Yep. These 5 companies, I'm sure they don't have up to 200 vehicles.
Of course.
Okay. Now, what about people like Peace Mass Transport that has so much vehicles and is the cheapest in transport as far as East Lagos Abuja route is concerned? The cheapest, you understand me? Now, people who are supposed to patronize him, who are his customers, are diverted as a result of federal government. So this man has been disenfranchised. And let me tell you further that people, if you enter that vehicle of God is Good or Chisco and you now like their service, as you are going back, you are going towards that direction again.
Sure, of course.
So it means that Peace Mass Transport is out of business for this Christmas. It means that Ezenwata is out of business for this Christmas. It also means that probably Young Shall Grow, if he's not in there, if he's in there, he's out of business. So there are several transport companies that I can mention: Guferu, Edo Line, GUO. There's several of them that are out of business as a result of implementing something not thought out.
Exactly. It's just like Aisha said, this is the effect of, or the result of people that just bring up emergency kwam. So like just want like to just bring it out ASAP without actually thinking into this is what comes out from such decision making. Because if they had actually thought it through, they would have actually put all these things in cognizance while making the decisions, and they would have brought in more transport companies. That way, as the aim is to help the masses, they would have actually helped these transport companies one way or the other by increasing, like, the way they're advertising for these 5 companies, they would have been advertising literally all these companies,
all the companies,
so that it will not cause war between them. Because after this, it will be like there will be like a back and forth between these companies. They obviously have a group chat or an organization where they are together and all. So this is, instead of maybe bringing peace or bringing joy, is bringing sadness to many and bringing joy to few. Which is not supposed to be the aim.
Again.
Exactly. The aim is supposed to bring joy to everyone. If that is the aim of the federal government, it's supposed to bring joy to everyone. But this is actually bringing joy to little few and then bringing sorrow and sadness to a lot more.
To a lot more.
Because these people are feeding lots of people. They employ a lot of people. Yes. And if you actually reduce their this thing by making them not to have customers, these people that they are paying will not be paid.
Okay, so we have to hold it there, and our well-meaning Nigerians and obedience worldwide, we need you to understand where we're going. We're not saying that the introduction of 50% discount is not per se something that is okay. It's very, very okay. It's implementation, like our PO said. It's implementation. We are looking at it from the perspective of how many transporters are involved. Currently, we have only 5 that are listed by the government, while we have over 500 bus companies in Nigeria who are disenfranchised, not by reason of the contract that the government entered with these 5 companies, but taking out their own time. This is Christmas time, and is the time that they do their business, which is transporting people from this place to make profit. That is when it's high. Now, that is the time that this same government is killing their business. However, make una go for comment section, like, share, make other people know how you take think am. You think say no be majority people they hot for this thing where they do, but time dey. The time why they talk now, they talk to federal government, whether they be Tinubu or in people who, no, no, say time day. Plenty other companies there when on a fit merge with God is good. When I fit merge them with Chisco. When I fit merge other people. Tell Chisco, people are going to their park. They don't have enough vehicles. People are going to God is good. They don't have enough vehicle. Go and verify. They don't have. Tell them to get other people to join them so that Nigerians could benefit between now and January. We'll come out from that very one. And we'll just take other things we're there for inside our own list. Esther, waiting be the next thing where we will carry come out because we see say plenty things they happen.
People even talk about that instead of like, you know, the demolition of 200 houses, like they want to demolish 200 houses to make way for the presidential fleet. You can imagine the same federal government that's supposed to be for us, they are literally destroying people's houses just to make way for the presidential fleet. How is that even reasonable? When you should be, because there are several issues in this country that needs like immediate attention to, and where they're focusing their minds and souls and everything to is where they'll be spending money and spending money and spending money
and suffering the mass. Even Pio even talk about them.
Well, I see our own P2B talk say, I am shocked by the recent report of the planned demolition of about 200 houses in the New Age community in Abuja to make way for the presidential fleet. He said, I am again pained that we are embarking on such an inconsiderate project at this critical time when the country is going through untold hardship. I would like to reiterate that at this time, our preoccupation should be how to do away with the presidential fleet or reduce it to the minimum, to cut costs and save up for more critical projects to help the people instead of demolishing people's homes. A country where the World Bank announced that over 100 million citizens are being pushed into poverty should not at this time be sending hundreds of people into homelessness to accommodate the presidential fleet of luxury aircraft. We need to focus instead on how to lessen the pain and suffering of poor people. We cannot continue to encourage those who have kept us suffering to enjoy a luxurious lifestyle far beyond our legitimate means. A democratically elected, people-oriented government must always care for the people above itself. I therefore advise that we have a rethink and most importantly, ensure that our fellow Nigerians are not rendered homeless for the sake of an unproductive presidential fleet. We should rather focus on helping the people and developing our critical sectors for the sake of our national peace, progress, and development. No nation grows or develops by subjecting the people to avoidable inconveniences to accommodate the luxurious excesses its rulers or excesses of its rulers. Signed, P2B. With that very one, my people will go to come to the listing of our broadcast today. As on I know, 50% implementation is not workable. People who are going to the parks keep meeting the parks and be told that there is no vehicle available. Yes, some people are actually, who had booked earlier, are even being refunded. Good. But majority of the people go to the park and they'll be told that there is no vehicle available. It happened in God is Good Park, we can confirm that. It happened in Chisco Park, we can confirm that. And if we need evidences, please feel free to write it in our comment section so that we can send you those things happening across Nigeria. So, the advice is, as you are going to partake in this palliative, please be prepared so that when you get to the park and you don't have the vehicle in these 5 companies, so that you can go to the next company and not again spend money going back home. Be prepared and be warned. Obedient Family TV wishes people who are traveling today and tomorrow a safe and convenient journey back to their families and their loved ones. And so we will take talk our own for today. Tomorrow we'll come back again. Till then, bye for now.